Hey guys, and welcome back to part two of my interview with Journey Appliance. We were just having a casual conversation between two appliance business owners. In this episode, we talk about good customers, bad customers, how to deal with them, how to get better word of mouth out there, how to get, which was the part that was most interesting, more washers and dryers through different methods, including signs. But check it out. Let me know how you like these videos. Let me know any suggestions down below. And here we go.
Most people are good people. All my customers are so nice, and you know the ones that call up that are people you should avoid. Like
Yeah,
on the phone, you can tell they're jerks, and it's like
yeah.
those are the people that sue people. Like if you're dealing with jerks, like just immediately get off the phone with them. It's like, sorry, I don't got nothing for you. It's like, call me back in a couple of weeks. Save that number as crazy person, and like move on.
Crazy person. You had a little bit of one of those today where just some lady hits me up early in the morning for one of my dryers, and we're communicating back and forth. She's like, "Well, when can I come look at it?" So I'm like, I'm pretty much available all day. So she was like, "Well, right now I'm at Costco's, and I'll let you know, when we're ready to come over." So I say, okay. So this was at maybe 12, maybe 11 this afternoon. We were talking back and forth. I don't hear anything from this lady. So I go over to my uncle's house, and we're sitting there, we're having a couple beers, and she hits me up like, "Oh, I'm on my way to E-Town. May I have your address?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not home, you know." She's like, "Oh, this is bad communication, and for a company, you should let people know." And it's like, what? It's like, dude, I didn't hear from you for like 5 hours. I'm not gonna sit here all day and wait for you to contact me. So I just immediately, once I saw like her message back, like we're all that like, "Oh, your company, I just went up to the block menu and bloop, just blocked her. I don't need to do business with you if you're gonna be like that. You
Yeah,
know?
those same people. They'll look for anything they can find that's wrong, and you'll have to go back out there for a house call.
Yeah,
And it's so much better just to have enough business and know that you have a limited amount of washers and dryers and just deal with good people.
yeah, yeah. I had a lot of that, a lot of calls like that. Well, not for me, but my boss had a lot of calls when I was working for a company with HVAC. And there's just this one lady, no matter what we do or anybody goes out there, no matter how many times, like she's unhappy. It's like there's got to be something wrong with her because there's nothing that you can do right when you're dealing with this woman. I was like, I don't even understand why you work for her because I would have done like whatever I had to do and then left it alone. Like, you're on your own after this. Don't call me back.
Yeah. Yeah, I've learned a long time ago to just go ahead and fire some customers. I've heard that. It was, I think it was, uh, what was his name? Tim Ferriss's book, 4 Hour Work Week.
Hmm.
Fire your worst customers and those best ones. Man, you do make the most money off the best ones. And the ones that are great are the ones that give you word of mouth.
Yeah,
The ones that are horrible that you go back and work on tons of times and are complete jerks, they'll never mention you to anybody. Or if
yeah,
they do, it's not in a good way.
yeah. That's how I've been getting a lot of my business, like through word of mouth. I went to go fix a dryer last week on Tuesday, I think it was, and the guy, as soon as I walked in, he said, "Yeah, I put a post on Facebook, or my wife put a post on Facebook, and she had like 7 people, tell her to, mention you." She was like, "So I told her pick up the phone and call that guy, And then today I had somebody say, "Oh, a family member mentioned or told me to go to you. I got a washer issue." So it's like a lot of word of mouth, and I have 2 property management companies that I'm working for. That was through word of mouth. I used to do a little bit of the real estate stuff. So, people know me from that, and I get a lot of word of mouth through that. So, yeah, I'm hoping that, the word of mouth thing travels because, I think that's the best way to get, good customers and advertise your brand out there.
Yeah. Are you putting business cards on all your washer and dryers?
Not yet. I'm waiting to make business cards until all my paperwork comes back from the state with my LLC. Then I'll go get a phone under my business name, put that phone number on the business card. So I've been just waiting. My business card really is just Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. I've had several times that people were moving out of town and they want to just sell me the washer and dryer that I originally sold them, and I'll pay them a little more than what I usually do. But like, it's crazy. That was a weird thing, and it's the only reason I got those cheap sets is because I had a 5 cent card on the machine, and they just
Oh
left
wow.
it.
Man,
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I would try magnets because like business cards, people just like throw them in a drawer somewhere sometimes. I was thinking, well, if I have a magnet and I put it on the washer or the dryer, like people are always gonna see that. They might take it off, but they're gonna put the magnet on the fridge or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know this. I have a moving company, and we always, at the very end of the job, we have magnetic moving cards for that reason. And at the very end, we're wrapping things up and tell them how much it's going to cost and stuff. I always take the magnetic card and go, just so you know, this thing's a magnet. I'm going to stick it on the side of your fridge when you go to move again. And they don't care, they think it's kind of funny, and I say it in a funny way. Like, I'll stick it right over towards the side where they don't care, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And that works like a charm, and that thing will stick around a lot longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're doing delivery, that is definitely a good trick. It's like, oh, here's my business card, and just stick it on the side or put it on the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vistaprint, I remember they're a little bit more money. It seems like they're like 5 times as much as a business card, like 25
Really?
cents.
That much? Like 5 times more?
I bought a box of 1,000, and I don't know how long ago I bought that box, and it was for our moving company. And I remember being a little bit shocked at how much it cost. But yeah, it paid back, especially with moving. You only have to get one job, and all that pays back pretty good. That's another business I eventually need to talk about. So it's really
the moving business.
Yeah, the moving company business.
I have a buddy here that owns a moving company. I was trying to like work out something with him to deliver my appliances because I don't like doing it. So I was trying to work out something with him. Well, he's been in the moving business for a while, and the clean out business. So sometimes he'll hit me up like, hey man, I got a dryer here from a clean out. So those are good people to get appliances from too. I think I hit up like every single moving company in my area, trying to get appliances, and I get a call here and there, like about they have an appliance or whatever to sell.
Yeah, county guys. Well, I don't know if y'all have like county pickup guys that usually are running around all the time.
Yeah,
those guys to really get in with.
Well, where I live, if you need just like an appliance or something like that picked up, you have to go to the county building and get a sticker to put on it. And so like nobody's allowed to take that but them, because like you pay for that sticker. And so yeah, you can't really get stuff like that where I'm from. Sometimes you get lucky though, and people just sit it out there hoping that somebody will take it. And sometimes I'll be driving along, but I rarely ever stop and like pick up an appliance off the side of the road. Like, it's very rare. I don't even do like curbside things, because every time I'll see it online, I'll go up there and it's gone.
Yeah. I put out the very beginning when I first started doing washers and dryers. I had 2 gigantic signs on the side of my truck. Like, they were hooked on the bed of my truck going down, that said, I buy washers and dryers. And I made spray painted hand signs because I didn't have a lot of money back then. I just made like a little plastic stencil and I spray painted signs. I got so many calls from those signs, and that was the main source of me finding scrappers, were those signs, and me putting out that I buy broken washers and dryers. Immediately they would call and ask what I pay for a washer and dryer, and just always know what scrap. I think scrap's actually up a little bit right now, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I always do at least 2 to 3 times what scrap is, and that makes them happy. So I've fluctuated my prices from a dryer from $15 to $20. Right now I'm in no need of dryers. I got a pile of them, but I'll pay $15 all day long. But main thing is like trade-ins. That was the one thing I've learned is like don't advertise sets. Always advertise them singly and try to get as many trade-ins, because it's like unlimited inventory. It's like you sell one, you get one, you sell one, you get one, and then you only need a couple scrappers on your side. And if you're getting half your stuff back in trade-ins, it just made life a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing with that is like until I move into my warehouse, I won't be able to do. Man, I only have like what I have. I have four washers. I have about 5 or 6 dryers, and I have a stackable set, like one of those apartment stack ones, like they put in closets, and like I can't even really move around in my garage, and I really can't sit stuff outside. I mean, I don't want to like piss off my mother-in-law because she's like, you know, I'm already taking up half her garage. So once I move, then I'll be able to keep inventory. But I try to get stuff in and out as fast as possible, like breaking down, taking it to scrap. If it doesn't work, keeping parts, whatever parts I need. I don't even really have room to store parts right now. So it's tough. It's really tough working in a half of a 2-car garage.
Yeah, trust me, my neighbors do not like me at all. It looks like Sanford and Son in my backyard. Yeah, but I've learned really it's just what you were talking about. I just make sure it's not more than what my big trailer can handle, and then just take the day and scrap out and just move on. And I used to always pull parts out there in my yard. Instead, now when I find one that I'm having to break down, I break it down right then. I don't put it off. I go ahead and pull all the parts I want to, and then I bring it out there. Anything that's out there, I'm not pulling any more parts unless I have like a weird random machine that needs like a foot or something that I don't know what to pull off. For the most part, anything out in my yard, I'll be running to the scrap yard next chance I get.
Yeah.
And it makes my yard look tremendously better to only have like 16 units out there instead of having 40 to 50 units.
Yeah.
If wasp get in that stuff, I know I'm in the South. It's like wasp will get in a washer and dryer so quick. You leave that out there for a couple months, it's like it becomes a nightmare to try to move that stuff.
Hey, I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem at all. To be honest with you, though, I like working on refrigerators more than I like washers and dryers. Like I get refrigerators in and out. Like I think maybe I'll pivot more toward refrigerators because I went to school for that, and I know exactly what I'm doing. Like so, it'd be like clockwork getting them in and out of there. Like I had 3 refrigerators the one week, and it was like I don't even think I worked the whole day out there. It was like maybe 3 hours, and I had all of them working. And then I sold them the next couple days. Washers and dryers. I'm just kind of scared because I don't have the 240 volt, but I did figure out how to make check and see if the centrifugal switch and all that works. I can't really check the heating element besides checking it with a multimeter. So I'm still kind of just scared that if I sell something, it's gonna be a callback with those because I've had so many. And washers I won't be able to test because the water's off for the winter. Started going below 32 degrees outside, so that's another thing why I need the warehouse. I mean, it's gonna suck to have to pay $800 a month, but if I'm able to move through machines, like I know I can make it back. I made freaking $1,700 in like a day, or sorry, like a week the one time. So, that's just moving through stuff. And
yeah, and you got season coming up pretty soon too, so you'll be able to move whatever you can fix. The nice thing about having a shop is the scrappers know where you are.
yeah,
So, and I always, even when I leave, I keep a $20 bill and $15 in 2 different spots hidden under rocks and stuff that I'll move around. If they call me and I'm not there, I'll be like, oh, dude, I knew you were coming. I thought so. There's a 20 underneath that over there. You go ahead and just take it. I was like,
maybe I should get like some kind of lockbox that I can remotely,
something like that.
unlock.
It happens more often than you think. You're out doing a delivery and there's no one at your shop, and then somebody calls you and is like, oh, you don't want to disappoint your scrappers. Like,
Yeah,
you want them to get in the habit of coming to you first and stay in that habit.
yeah. I had one guy, man. He was bringing me something every other day. Like I was starting to worry that I wasn't going to be able to like pay him sometimes when he came because some of the machines I just couldn't fix them. And then he just like we talked on the phone. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to get like 16 machines because I have a school I got to do." And it's down here in Maryland, and they have all these machines. He said, I'm gonna have like 16 of them for you down here. And yes, he called me like yesterday and was like, oh, I have a guy looking for a set. Do you have a set? And I was like, no, I don't. I have a dryer. He's like, oh, we need a set. I was like, I have an apartment size that works or whatever. He's like, oh, all right, I'll give you a call tomorrow. And he never called. It's like, oh, come on, man. But I was telling guys like, dude, I'll even come to pick them up from you. Like, what I've honestly been looking for is like something where I can like have $1,000. I can take a box truck somewhere and go pick them up. Like once or twice every month, and then I don't have to worry about my inventory. I can just go somewhere, pick it up, bring it back to Pennsylvania, and work on my shit. There's a place down in South Carolina, which was like why I'm happy that next year I was planning on doing it, but I might not just because of growing the business and everything. But I was happy about that place. There's a place down there in South Carolina that sells a bunch of stuff. So and it's pretty cheap too. It's like a warehouse, but
yeah, there's a lady that's near me that she doesn't actually fix the machines, but she has a guy that does it for her. But she buys them from some kind of what you're talking about. It's like a little warehouse, and I think she told me she pays pretty decent, like between $40 and $60 a unit. But she'll come back with full trailer loads of stuff, big trailer loads of stuff. And like that's just what they do. They're paying a little bit more money than what we pay, but like she gets a whole load at a time. I know there's a guy that he passed away, and his wife called me, and I bought a bunch of his parts and stuff. I have tons of parts, but he was working for Cowboy Maloney's. I don't know if y'all have those up there. It's an appliance place.
Yeah.
And everything, when they do deliveries, they'll do like 3 pickups kind of a thing, and they would sell him everything. He would get every single one, and all he'd have to do is go up to the store. He would have to buy everything too. He couldn't be picky, but like he had so much stuff. I always wondered where he got all his stuff from, and I just talked to his wife afterwards. She's like, "Oh, you should go talk to him." But somebody already got that. It wasn't really a contract, but got that deal already wrapped up by the time I talked to them. But
yeah,
that's out there though. I mean, there's those places, and there's also those guys that drive the trucks. They're picking up those machines for free haul off, and that kind of stuff falls off the back of the truck all the time. So they'll call you and you have to go pick it up. I had a Lowe's guy do that for a little while. He'd call me and we'd meet at the gas station. I always seemed super shady. He was like, I'm not getting in trouble. So I wasn't worried about it, but like he would always call me, and I bought tons of stuff from him.
All right, guys, that's it for this part of the interview. Please like, please subscribe, and please let me know how I'm doing on these interviews. I'm still learning. If you have any comments, any suggestions, put them down below, and I really appreciate it.